cool little like extra things that we feel like we would like to purchase if we were a part of a group like this. One of them being like really beautiful, well put together funnels, because we feel like we're getting pretty good at that, and kind of having like a monthly funnel that we give away. Also with the
because like one thing is like, and we are giving away funnels, but like probably a message I get almost every day is like, dude, your landing pages are so beautiful. Like, how do you do it? It's just like, it's not me. It's like these guys over here just like make really nice looking stuff. And I think a lot of the funnels out there, like maybe they convert, but like they kind of look spammy or, just like not nice looking. So what if we hired a designer and like made beautiful funnels that like looked really sharp? Like if you go to like payfunnels.com, that's like a beautiful looking landing page, and that's ClickFunnels. It's just like that thing looks like an Apple website. And you just don't see stuff like that very often in kind of the funnel world.
Yeah, that's so true. And as we like kind of push more into EA Local, we can see a lot of potentials there with doing workshops on a local level, with doing seminars, kind of going down that route as well, where we're able to collect people in person and get communities set up offline. I think it's kind of ironic and funny how the whole world is trying to get online. We're trying to do the opposite. And so I think that where a lot of our extra premium membership stuff is going to maybe come in is offline.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, I'd love any thoughts you guys have there. I mean, I think, when I think about like offerings, or if we did like a $97 a month, like I'd want to offer like 10 times as much. I'd want it to feel like something you would be willing to pay way more for until you get $1,000 worth of value. So yeah, if we can kind of come up with how to like service that and how to over deliver on that, then I love that idea. And I think I'm with you. I think that's probably the easiest way to go drive up MRR very, very quickly.
In my opinion on something like that too, is you got to go, I think a super small group, and if you like, the only way you can get in, so let's say there are 20 spots, and the only way you can get in is if one of those 20 people leave, right? So that makes it painful for me to ever conceive leaving, but it also makes it a real premium for somebody else to get in, so that when we're looking at somebody else's business, it's not, you know what I mean? Like there's a certain caliber, so we're all learning and growing along with it. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's great. Is that something that you guys are you guys in something like that right now? Type 1, I guess, if you're in something like that right now, like, small mastermind, you can do that. Type 2, if you're not in something like that right now, just get kind of feel for, are people already doing that or not? I mean, those things are so valuable. I'd love to figure out a way to offer something like that if that's what people are needing. Sweet. Well, yeah, we'll kind of be chatting about that. I mean, I love that idea, guys. I mean, we get all our best ideas from you guys anyway, so that's awesome. Any other questions about metrics or anything like that? And then we're going to roll into Austin, the marketing whiz kid, breaking down his awesome new funnel. That's working really well.
Yeah, I have some questions in regards to how you're setting up the revenue structure. My membership site is similar to where, they can do a trial, do the monthly, or pay for the year. I'm getting ready to add in a order bump and then also an upsell that they can purchase. I saw a great model of that at the ClickFunnels event I was at last week. And so wondering if you guys have considered that, and if you have, if there was any reason you weren't doing it.
Yeah, good question. Actually, we were just talking about today setting up like an order, or I guess both those, kind of order bump or, OTO. I think with those, like in the past, they sound really awesome, but they don't make like a huge dent unless you have like already like working funnel. It's not going to change your life having an OTO or having an order bump and kind of increase the revenue there. So it's always been like on my mind, but knowing, hey, like we need to get this selling really well first. And that's going to really open up the gates there. But yeah, no, we want to get kind of an order bump on there. We want to get a kind of a one-time offer. I think we can create cool stuff for that. It just hasn't been, probably top priority for us here right away. What are you seeing, or what did you see, or what are you thinking as far as like I guess both those, order bump and one-time offer?
Yeah, so first of all, 100% agree with what you just said there. I think you do. Like, if the funnel's not hitting the way you want it to, those two are not ultimately going to, make the difference there. There was an interesting husband and wife who spoke. They have a company called Lady Boss, and essentially it is a weight loss program for women. And so they have a 1-week free trial, $27 a month membership site. Their order bump was a set of like 60 motivational videos. They charged, I think it was $29 for that. And then their upsell on the next page was a $39, kind of here's what supplements to take, kind of nutritional XYZ. And so they were very congruent to the offer, right? It was an add-on that you would need. And I think 11% of people were taking the order bump, and somewhere around low 20% were taking the upsell.
Wow.
So it was significantly increasing their revenue, and they're doing, that's a good funnel for anybody here to look at. They're doing massive numbers. So with that exact funnel, they did 2.3 million last year. And then I think the only other thing they have from a revenue perspective is they do $150 unlimited. So instead of doing like a year-long thing, and of course they didn't use the term lifetime because credit card processors, merchant accounts don't like it when you use that, they go unlimited. So obviously they're looking for ways to pull more revenue out once they get people inside of there, thinking about coming out with a supplement pretty soon, XYZ. But it was definitely a big piece of their revenue numbers. And so it was something that I was looking to add into my membership funnel here over the coming weeks.
So what's their monthly fee? Is it $197?
No, monthly is $27.
Okay, 27, and they had an order bump of 60 videos.
Order bump is $29, and upsell is $39.
Okay. Dude, very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I've seen people do like the upsell being, like $400 or something like a lot higher ticket. I haven't seen that work really well, but yeah, when we've done like lower ticket stuff, it's worked well.
Yeah, so that seemed to work well. And I think the last thing to add here on the subject for everyone is that I see that ClickFunnels just integrated basically a one-click purchase. So what I'm going to do inside of my membership site on there, let's say you don't take the order bump, you don't take the upsell, well, those things will still be inside of the membership site at a slightly higher price, right? Because we want to, honor the fact that was a one-time price. And literally just like Amazon Prime, they can just click buy. Their credit card is already saved in the system.
That's
and
cool.
have that on their membership site. So I'm looking at, what I'm doing right now is a $47 a month membership, and then creating basically premium training inside. So like we had the conversation here about, the $30 a month people, the $97 a month people, there's just things that they can continue to purchase on top of that.
No, that's good. Is that live yet? The one-click purchase?
I don't know. I've been moving my Kajabi over to the ClickFunnels membership site this week, so I haven't actually gotten there.
Kajabi has that, right?
I don't know. I think they do, but that's only if you were running your traffic through the Kajabi credit card processing page, which I never did. I always did it on ClickFunnels. So
okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's one thing I really liked about Kajabi. I was kind of bummed. Like, I feel like there's not a lot of functionality in the ClickFunnels membership site, which is okay. I just did it for speed.
Yeah, it does not look as cool, but the fact that you can move around everything and it can integrate with your pre-existing ClickFunnels payment pages, it was just kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's cool. Very cool. No, I like that, man. Very cool, guys. Well, yeah, we're kind of on it now, but let's talk about funnels here. Let's talk about the funnel that we kind of came up with, how it's doing, metrics and all that. You can see just like live, like what funnels are working. So we'll let the whiz kid himself take it over.
I'm going to move these chairs out of the
Austin
way.
Distel. I started calling him Vitamin D. So this is your daily dose of vitamin D right here. We'll get him to start doing like a daily vlog. What do you want to do? Just hold this?
I set up this thing so you can put it on
All
top.
right, sweet. All right, Vitamin D. Take it away.
All right, let's get this chair out of the way. So basically, like, we've been struggling with trying to have a funnel that works on cold traffic, because we're starting to tap out our warm list, which is including everything from retargeting to email signups and all that kind of stuff, and so at this point we're looking at how do we just convert somebody that's never heard of us straight into the Entrepreneur Alliance within a short amount of time, 7 days or so. And so we came up with this funnel targeting basically digital marketers, because that's where our expertise is in. Obviously, I took 6K Success from Dave last year around this time, and that's how we first got introduced. And that course alone helped me 10x my marketing agency. And a lot of the things that I found out of it were, systemizing and sales. And so basically what I did is I took all of his trainings along with other stuff and packaged it into a cheat sheet on script, like a script for when you do a consultation. And so we call it the Perfect Consultation Cheat Sheet, and that's the opt-in lead magnet. And so basically here, I think I can hold this and just kind of walk through it. So here's the idea. They opt in here, and then we go to a one-time offer. And here's where I made the mistake the first time I created this one-time offer is I basically had the video as like the main pop-up, and they still haven't gotten their download yet. So they had actually hit another button below that said, "No thanks, take me to my thing I asked for." And what we ended up finding is a lot of people don't even hit that thank you page. They just X out. They're like, screw this thing, and they leave. And so we obviously always follow up with an email, but that just is maybe like putting a bad taste in their mouth right away. So I changed the wording and turned this into basically where they get the download on the page itself. And next to that page, they also see a video that autoplays saying, "Why don't you also join? We'll give you 6K Success for free, which helps you automate and systemize your marketing agency if you join the Entrepreneur Alliance." And so that's what our hook is 6K Success. So we know they come in as a digital marketer wanting to get better consultations, having a systemized business that gets them into 6K Success, and they get the download on this page. From the next page, they go to the checkout, which gives them the Entrepreneur Alliance, 6K Success, and the Perfect Consultation Cheat Sheet all in one. If they don't, so this is like, saying yes, this would be no. So if they say no, we go into the email sequence, and basically here's the email. It's going to be a deadline funnel. So they don't have forever to act upon this offer. We start with a 3-day or 72-hour countdown. Here they get the opt-in, and then we start going into our story, kind of similar to the soap opera sequence from Russell Brunson, but basically telling the story of like Dave and how he got involved in digital marketing, and then how he did so well, he made 6K Success. He used to sell this thing for $9.97, and now we're dropping that price to basically for free if you join the Entrepreneur Alliance. And so it all is around this landing page called the one word. And this word is, if you guys have ever been in one of Dave's old funnels, it was all about recurring revenue. So I think, what was that one word called? Congruency or something like that? Continuity. So the one word's continuity. How do you have it every month where if you don't sell that month, you're not going to end up broke. You still have retainers and stuff. So if they do that, awesome, they go to checkout. If they don't, we go to another email, which is sent 12 hours until the offer ends, which then goes to a customer success. This whole sequence here is all about building up trust and showing them that it's a great offer. Look how many people have succeeded using this program. And this is really just about building their confidence to purchase. And hopefully they do check out. If not, now we kind of have the hammer home, where in these two emails, we just do a lot of, saying, come on, you got to do this now. It's going to go away. you can either spend this whole year spinning your wheels trying to figure out this digital marketing thing, or here you can buy for $1 a whole course to, get involved and make 2017 about doing rather than learning. And so that seems to be working pretty well. If they don't end up buying within this 72-hour time frame, then it automatically, no matter what page they hit, it'll always go to an expired page after the 72 hours. So this is not like it's an evergreen deadline funnel is, what the online marketers call it. And at this point where it's expired, we then go to an EA sales page. So saying, hey, sorry guys, you missed the boat, but you know what? You can still join the Entrepreneur Alliance for just $1. Here's the link. And one thing that we recently added, which we haven't seen many people take us up on yet, but basically at this point, when they've said when it's expired, we have them say, email me if they would like to be notified when the next offer comes around again, because we do this thing every few months. And so that allows us to follow up and, see who's really interested and just maybe missed it. Maybe it was a weekend and they missed all of these emails over the weekend, which is very possible. And so maybe we could even follow up with them and say, in a month or two and say, hey, remember that 6K thing? We're doing it again. Yes, Scott, we're actually using the Deadline Funnel software. So that's the overall funnel. And
what questions do you guys have about that? That's beautiful. This thing's working really well, actually. So we're going to pull up some
I'd like to show them the landing page of some of these things.
Do you guys want to see the landing pages of these? What they look like? The opt-in page is converting at like
76%.
75%.
Wow.
Something stupid. He was talking to me about this new landing page he was going to try that was going to convert it 75%. And sure enough.
And this is all coming from cold traffic?
Yeah. It started off with warm traffic, but it actually works. It's working better on cold traffic than warm traffic right now for some reason. All right.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. And we'll see if that sticks. But like right now, we're actually getting lower cost per acquisition on cold traffic than warm.
All right. Yeah, what questions do you guys have about that when I pull this up?
Did you notice, or was there any testing maybe prior not using the Deadline Funnel application? I'm clear on how that kind of shows up in the email with the ticker, et cetera. Did you notice that significantly increased conversion?
We didn't split test it from the beginning, so I have no numbers of how that impacted it. Yeah. I can imagine though, like the scarcity of it, seeing it in the emails and then also on the pages would help. But it could also do the opposite for us. I think it's something to test in the future. Right now, we're just trying to get this thing rolling. It's still first 20, 30 days that we've launched.
All right. Let's share the screen here. You see that guy? So here is the landing page. It's converting really, really high. Perfect digital marketing consultation cheat sheet. Yeah, Austin, you talked through it. You created this whole thing.
Yeah. So basically, this is some things I've been learning on through a different course. And basically, the first one, this is a replica of the ad. It says the exact same thing pretty much. So when you click on the ad, you get exactly what you expect. Every line.
That's key. That's key. They should look the same. They should say the same thing. They should just know exactly what they're going to get when they click on the ad.
Yeah, I mean, this it's not about clickbait. Like, this is all about give them exactly what they wanted. There shouldn't really be any difference between the ad and the landing page. So I think Dave right now is pulling up the ad itself. Let's see. Yeah. So here's what the ad looks like. We tested a few different ones, but this is the one that ended up winning between, we didn't test it publicly. We tested it amongst kind of our inner circle. And the reason why this one won is because it's giving you a preview. You can see, like, not only do you see the front of the book, but you actually see a little bit on the inside And so, that it's just a preview, and it's, it's obviously a book. It's something that you can print out and use and take with you.
Barbara, didn't you print that thing out? Is Barbara still here?
I did.
You got it with you, right? Don't you?
Yep, right here.
No way.
Hold on, I can't get back to the video. Anyway, she showed it to me yesterday. That was pretty cool.
That is awesome. Yeah, so we're thinking about maybe doing that maybe as another ad, is like flipping it, like doing a video where we print the thing out and we start flipping through it. So that's going to be one of our next upcoming videos probably. Oh yeah, we got Barbara here now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is it. Basically, we tell them, the first line is all about reassuring them that it is free. And then obviously the whole sentence, the title of it. And then the line here in black is almost like a niching down line, or like trying to tell them the result that they'll get with the product that you're selling. So if the red is the product, then the gray here is what you'll get by using the product. And then the small parentheses below that is all about hitting the number one objection and fulfilling that. So it's like, this has been used by hundreds of digital marketers, and this is to land this type of client. It's a medium to high ticket, $1,500 to $5,000 per month client. And so it's really all about like emphasizing what this will do for you. So the big orange button is I think common practice. Beneath this whole thing, that you can see a lot of social proof, and obviously we have proof itself on there, which I don't know, it's back and forth. Every day it changes on how that does, but it actually seems like right now in ClickFunnels, because we reset the stats, this one here does have proof and this one doesn't. And so we do have a higher conversion right now with the one that's using proof.
Good thing.
Huge.
And then beneath here, all of our comments from one of the products about 6K.
Sweet. So yeah. So any questions about this, guys? Anything we could go into more in depth, or talk about other parts of the funnel here?
Have you guys ever experimented? I know obviously folks are having a lot of success with the cheat sheets. That's been a little bit more of a challenge for me mentally, because whenever I give something away, it's usually video based. But the conversion on my landing pages and the things I've done through Facebook ads, while I can get leads anywhere from 80 cents to $1.50, which is great, my landing pages are converting at 15 to 20% doing that. And so do I need to just bite the bullet and offer the cheat sheet, or is there maybe a way to package that and really increase that landing page conversion?
I mean, I would test it. I would test the cheat sheet for sure. Again, Austin was telling me this thing was going to work. I would just use this landing page, exactly what we have here, and we can share this with you in your ClickFunnels. It works great, and it works really, really. It's the highest converting landing page I've ever seen. So yeah, I think having something like that, works really, really well. And I think we've seen, videos work well too. I think it's a little bit more about just giving them exactly what they're looking for, regardless of the format. Are you kind of scratching the itch that they have, and are you scratching it like really quickly? It's like, I don't want to watch like a really long video. I just want to I've got like 5 minutes. I'm driving in the car, shouldn't be on my phone anyway. Should I download this thing or not? Well, I'm not going to watch this video here, but I might look at a little cheat sheet or something.
True.
That's kind of my mindset on it.
Yeah.
Have you guys has anybody else seen anything?
Well, to kind of chime in on that, is like the place I learned this from was saying that you want this so quick and to the point and easily digestible. The point is to just get their email address. The point is not to build brand awareness in this first thing. It's not about anything rather than getting a lead. And so that's kind of how, we're looking at is what's the quickest, easiest to consume thing that fills a need for our target demographic. So maybe a video isn't quick enough to consume unless you point that out. maybe say this 5-minute video is value packed, pure gold, and it's going to help you do this. If I know the time limit on something, then I'll be like, okay, I have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then sure.
That makes total sense.
Any other questions or thoughts?
Are you guys building that on Instapage and then transitioning the design onto ClickFunnels, or is that all in ClickFunnels?
That one button?
Yeah, because it looks really like Instapage's button.
Yeah, is that an image?
It's just an image.
That's what we used. Yeah, because when we first started, we built everything in Instapage. And for some reason, that one button has made its way along our entire business path.
I actually downloaded that specific one off Google.
Okay.
Yeah, just looking buttons on Google.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think that might be an Instapage one. Yeah, that's the one that we used to use.
Yeah. Remember 5 years ago, I was using Instapage, and that's what it looked like.
Exactly. And that being said, I really like the Instapage editor. I thought that was a lot easier than ClickFunnels editor. Just so drag and drop, and I thought that was easier to use. Like some of the other functionality. Okay, cool guys. Let's talk Facebook ads. Any other questions about funnels? I want to make sure we hit all that. What are you using to create those beautiful pages? That's all Austin and these guys in ClickFunnels. Yeah. Barbara's asking about cheat sheet. Yeah, we can talk about that, Barbara. But no, I think these cheat sheets are good. I think cheat sheets,
Blueprints
are good. Case studies convert really well. Reports, swipe file. I think those types of things, just quickly consumable. Get it. I can look at it or not. I think all those convert really, really well.
So, and I know we just kind of discussed this, but have you tested just a really short 30-second video kind of going to the landing page for the cheat sheet against just saying download your cheat sheet?
We haven't tested that. I feel like in times in the past, and it always changes, right? But in times in the past, having videos on landing pages always did worse. Even for webinar registrations, it always was worse for us having the video on there, saying, "Hey, welcome to my webinar. It's gonna be this Tuesday." Not only is it perform worse for us a lot of times, it's just way harder to put together. So I'm kind of simplest, 80-20, right? It's simplest thing I could possibly do, the better. And so you'll see most of our pages are they're nice looking, but they're pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Austin's get complex sometimes. This guy's a monster. This guy builds great stuff. All right, guys, let's talk ads here. So Austin's also been running the ads and doing really well at those. Let me get this pulled up, and then we will share our screen here. Is this what we want to be?
So we turned off the warm there.
We're going to get full stats. What do you guys think? Let's do this. I'm going to give away, we're going to do a little guessing game here. I'm going to give away an EA Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish shirt to whoever gets this closest. So far, this last month, we got 118 people to join the Alliance, I think. Maybe, I forget how many of them came through ads. How much was it costing us to get one Alliance member through ads this last month? Put the dollar amount that you think it costs us per user in ads that they were getting. That says $12
per acquisition or per lead.
This is per trial, not lead. This is per somebody is signing up. And just so you guys know, when somebody signs up with us, that gives us $60. Inside of the first 37 days, we get $60 from a single trial. So pretty high. Our conversion rate is pretty high. $10, $1.
Bobby, I see you just joined. What's going on? So we'll be here in about 5 minutes. We'll go live.
He's hosting a live stream on my live stream. Piggybacking. $4.69 per trial. So the trials are good per trial. Gosh, you guys, I was all excited to tell you guys this. Those numbers are amazing.
They have the same expectations as I do.
Well, you set it up for us to guess low because usually it'd be a lot higher than that.
Yeah, totally. So I think, was it $37?
That's on the high end.
30, 32?
For the first week, we were getting trials for $18 to $22.
Oh yeah, the cold ads we're doing recently, $38.
and now they're doing 28.
All right, it's $28 for our cold ads, which is awesome, right? Because like anytime I get a new trial, I make $60 before the credit card bill comes due. That's huge. Plus, I get $260 on the back end of that because the lifetime value is $330. Like that's, you spend $30, you get $330. Like that is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And a decent amount comes in, relatively quickly because of the $260 up front, guys. So right now we're just trying to scale here. So who gets the closest, by the way? Scott Jackson, $12. That's one, dude. What's your shirt size? You're muted. Type your shirt size in there, dude? And we're gonna have Austin send one out to you here. But yeah, so we're really pleased with that. I mean, when I'm thinking through this, just so you guys know, I know how much money do I need to make before the credit card bill comes due. We make 62. So I'm willing to spend anything up to that. And what our goal kind of is to keep it under 40, so we have some profit inside of month one. And so right now, I'm cool spending anything up to $40 to acquire a lead. And I think we can do a lot of
a customer.
A customer. Which is sweet, guys. And so that's kind of the number that just so you guys understand, like your business is, that's a really important number for my business, $40. That's a really, really important number. And that's kind of what we're working towards every single day to get that under there. And so, we'll show you how we're kind of breaking out the ads.
And to kind of point on this, guys, like I had your all's expectations of what I thought a good cost per acquisition was. And I thought like, if I'm getting it over, I'm like, oh man, Dave, I'm so sorry. I'm like spending so much money right now. We're getting, people in at $28. That sucks. Like, and then he's like, Austin, I am fired up about this. This is great. And it's just all about my expectations, where I didn't really know what industry was or what, I've never done a membership site or anything like that before. And so he's really recorrected my thought process on what's acceptable and then what's not. And I'm always trying to go in there and tinker and try and like get the smallest little extra percentage boost. And he's like, Austin, let's just get this thing going and running. And so it's that constant progress versus perfection that's happening. But, I think that between us, we've gotten pretty good.
So like, for example, we've got this page at the end of our funnel that's getting like no traffic, right? It's getting like, we've had like, 800 or something opt-ins into this funnel here. And like 12 people have hit that page at the end.
Yeah.
And so when I hear that, like Austin was really wanting to go work on that page. But when you step back and you apply the 80-20 principle, I'm like, even if we doubled, tripled that page and got more people to it, it's not going to like make a dent on the business, right? So like, you've got to understand that we've got to just like cut our losses sometimes and say, hey, we're not going to worry about that at all yet. We're going to go hard on getting it under 40. And then once we get under 40, we're not working on the funnel anymore. We're scaling ads. We're scaling those as fast and as well as we possibly can.
Yeah, show them that part of the funnel
and so
visually.
Yeah. Does that make sense, guys? You got to understand like what's your number so that you can actually scale and you stop tinkering around in your funnels.
This stuff right here, right? Like this is what we haven't figured out as part of this funnel is like the customer success page. I thought, man, people need to see like how successful this is doing because we have a huge page of, probably a lot of you guys, your all's testimonials on there of like, a result that you've gotten working with Dave and 6K program. And so it's so convincing. It's what personally got me started in 6K. And so I'm like, people need to hit this page. But out of the 800 something people that have opted in, 12 people or less have actually hit that customer success page. And it's bugging me. But Dave is kind of correcting us on that.
Relentless.
Yeah, he's relentless. And,
so we're not even worrying about that page. So yeah, just
I've got a tip on that for local business is like basically I always try to translate to them. If you know what your lifetime customer value is, you can pay up to $1 less than that to acquire that customer, and you're always going to be profitable. And so to your point, if you're making $20 on every customer that you acquire, if you're paying 40 and making 60, obviously that's going to be much more profitable. And that I think is very powerful when they understand that. If they pay less to acquire a customer and it's worth more long-term, obviously that's a successful business model.
Yeah. Totally. That's why I love like the recurring revenue, on the back end. So right now it's scale. That's the most important thing for our business is, hey, our funnel is working as well as we need it to. Let's go ahead and scale this thing. And then I'll show you guys here. I mean, we've kind of been actually struggling with getting our ads rolling here recently. Can you guys see that? That's my whole screen, I think. Great. But essentially, when we were starting out here, we were just running to a warm audience. We were getting, $2.12 a lead. We got, 443 of those. That got us 40 people to join. Or nice, that number purchased 40 people there. Plus we had Alliance purchase, so 47 off of that, plus a couple other purchases here. And then from this one, we've gotten 13. This is our cold one here. But we started off running warm traffic because I want to get a whole lot of social proof on my ad. And so the strategy we're using now is that I'm actually using the same ad for every single ad set. And, I might lose some of you guys here, but just hang with me here. Typically, when people create all these different ad sets, and you run it to Australia and to Canada and to men and to women, you're creating a whole different ad every single time that has no likes, no comments, no shares, anything like that on there. You lose all the social proof. And so what we're doing instead is we're using the same ad inside every single ad set just by using the actual ad ID. And by doing that, every single ad set has, likes and shares and comments and all that. And it's actually been getting us really good results here. It's a lot more relevant. People see that, hey, this is not just some weird ad. People have liked this. And we're going to keep doing this, more and more here to try to drive down the costs here. So any questions about that? If you guys understand that, you might just need to go look up kind of how to use that same ad, or we'll do a training on that. But yeah, that's what we've been doing.
I do have a quick question on that. I heard if you make any changes when you do that social stacking, if you make any changes to the ad, apparently all of that, or I've heard that all of that interaction gets wiped clean. Is that right?
Yeah. So if you change the creative at all and what the ad looks like or what it says, then you lose it all.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately. So you just take your best shot, be a good marketer on the first shot and see if it, just put something good. And then I think any tweaks that you could make, are probably actually outweighed by the social proof.
So, yeah, we've gotten. I'm an awful speller, and I try my best to spell check everything, but we've gotten some funny comments in our inbox saying like the difference between every day and every day. Like always correcting grammar on these ads, and
that's making you look bad.
I'm the one that wrote it, but I'm making you look bad. Yeah, I feel bad though, but. Whatever. Yeah, no, it totally outweighs it though. Yeah. All that social proof.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I will just show you guys in here one ad that we're doing. Obviously, they're all the same ad. We've got our warm audience, then we've got a lookalike audience here. And so the lookalike is basically just what is it like here? Was it a 1% look like? Okay, here we go. It's 1% of the Entrepreneur Alliance members in the U.S. So it's about 2 million people we're running this ad to here, and we're just excluding current members of the EA. And you can see this has actually been working really well. I've got a daily budget here of about $70 running that, and just running it like that one simple ad to just one, simple landing page or one simple audience. Is actually working, really well to get us new trials. And so it doesn't have to be fancy. I think if anything, I've been kind of like making my ads simpler as time goes on. And but then what we're doing as well here is we just started this 6K to EA cold traffic. I do some retargeting and stuff in here too, and those always get good. Those always do a really good job. But then in here, you can see I'm running that same ad inside tons of different audiences. And these are all set at $10 a day. And this is one I've actually had trouble getting to run with Facebook here. But 1%, people who like Amy Porterfield on mobile that, are in Australia and are like my Entrepreneurs Alliance members. So I do that. I split out, Canada. I split out New Zealand. I split out Great Britain. I split out the U.S. is in here. But they all have the exact same ad in them. So if any one of these gets like a comment, it's going to show up in all of them. And then you'll see, you know, Russell Brunson on mobile, Frank Kern on mobile. So I'm just splitting it all out at the ad set level. And we'll see how this goes here. Obviously, their ads aren't really showing or spending much money. I mean, I want these to be spending $10 a day instead of spent $2 today when I was trying to spend $400. But yeah, I expect these to go well. So I'll keep you guys posted on these. Any questions about ads? You know, even whether for this stuff or if you just are working on your own funnels, you can't get ads running. Any questions there?
Hey, Dave, what is this thing that we're looking at right here where you had like people's names? Frank Kern on mobile and Russell Brunson. What was that as opposed to?
Yeah, so that is just, okay, so like, you know, hovered over here, Amy Porterfield mobile. That's because that is what's happening inside of my audience targeting here. So people, a 1% lookalike of people who are in Australia. And then not only that, but also people who like Amy Porterfield that are in Australia. And I think that's
And then
was that
desktop or mobile.
yeah, and then on another one, yeah, desktop or mobile here. So it's just kind of like layered on top of each other, which might be why it's not running. I mean, this is like kind of a small. I mean, you see the daily reach is about 8,000. Or potential reach is about 8,000 here. So it might be a little bit too small. Maybe that's why it's not running. That's what we're trying to do is kind of layer them on top of each other there, Barbara.
So, and I'm sorry if this is like a really like juvenile question for the rest of you, so you can like go get a cup of coffee or something. But
I know the people on here. I know some of them don't really know Facebook ads.
So on that, what you did was you took the same ad, but then you changed the target to be specifically to the Amy Porterfield or whoever. Is that what you're saying? And that's how all of the like the social proof goes to Amy's group, just like it's going to Russell Brunson's group or whatever else. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And so we're just taking the same ad and we're just showing it to all different types of people and saying, hey, what do you think of this ad? What do you think of this ad? What do you think of this ad? You know, and just kind of seeing which group of people resonates most with that ad.
Okay. Thank you.
John Davey, Scott, what are you guys doing with ads right now? Or anybody else?
Pretty similar to what you're showing in there. I like the insight about, I guess you're using the same ad ID so it shows up. How is that done when you're in Power Editor?
Good question. It's something I feel like I've got to try to figure out every single time I do it. Okay, so like let's roll in here and let's go to this ad. I'm just going to open. I'm going to keep drilling down. So I was at the campaign level. I just clicked through the ad set level, and now I'm at the ad level. So here is this ad. How do I view this thing?
Eyeball,
The preview.
very bottom.
Permalink. So go down to view post permalink with comment. So this is the actual post, right? That everybody sees, and some of you guys are probably on there. Up here is the post ID number. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to take that. Now, whenever I go create a new ad, it'll ask me, do you want to create a brand new one, or do you want to use an existing post? Let's see if I can get it here.
They actually they have updated in some I've seen where you can use an existing post and actually pick that, so you don't have to redo the ad ID. But only some people have been updated. So
Gotcha. Yeah, I think there might be easier ways to do this. Remember, it's already just locked in. Here we go. I'll start a new ad. I'll show you guys here. So now I've got that ad ID. Let's say I want to do it for conversions. I'll have to do all this here. Roll through this here. Don't worry about what I just did there.
Yeah, I've definitely got clarity there.
Cool.
Just got to copy paste that in on the video and on the ad and you're good to go.
So here you go, guys. You go to use existing post, come down to enter post ID. If I paste that in there, bam, pulls it up. Now I can run this ad to a whole different set of people.
Well, that's great. That makes things even quicker too. Getting each ad set up as well.
That's true. I think creating new ads is like, it takes me a while to like write a whole new ad and do the design and do the copy and all that. So it definitely saves a lot of time doing that all the time. Very cool, guys. Well, hey, it's been about an hour. Final questions. that you guys have that we can just dig in on and help you guys out with? What's the best part about us doing this? What do you guys like about it? What would you like to see more? Do you like us doing these live? Is that helpful? Give me some feedback here.
Yeah, I think it's getting the specific information for your business. So, for example, the reason that I joined EA is because, like you, I was just launching a membership site with a similar structure that we've talked about. And coming from the high ticket world, I had no idea how to go about, certain parts of putting this together. And so being able to come here, and that's my cat, and ask the specific questions, to someone who's a little bit ahead of me on building that out is really invaluable. So I think it just comes down to, I know obviously not everyone in EA is running a membership site, but they may be doing things in their business in particular that you guys are doing as well.
Cool. Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I was going to say same sort of thing, is seeing the ins and outs and how you guys work through the process is really cool. And it's really helpful to see, even just from the mapping the funnels out perspective, and then putting it all together with kind of what's working right now is really helpful.
Beautiful. Yeah. I mean, it's just a grind, right, guys? We're just working hard over here. Most stuff doesn't work. Just I feel like once a month I turn to, Chris and I'm like, I cannot believe that something finally worked. Because it's just most things don't. And you just got to keep plugging away at it, keep learning from it, keep tweaking, iterating. But I feel like nothing ever works. I step back and look at the whole body of the last few years, and you'd think wow, everything those guys do works. Just so not the case at all. Maybe you don't think that. Maybe you're like, these guys kind of stink. Yeah, Rebecca, did you have a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask how you created the image of the cheat sheet that you have there on the opt-in page. I've always wondered how people do those nice little images.
Where it actually looks like the thing, actually.
Yeah.
How'd you do that? Austin's always.
I like Photoshop a lot. I'm pretty good at it. But if you're talking about how to make it actually look like a book, just type in PDF mockup or ebook mockup PSD, meaning Photoshop file. So if you go into Google, there's going to be a lot of free downloads that you can do where it's just it's a mockup. You can do a t-shirt mockup, you can do a PDF mockup, and once you have that open in Photoshop, you just put your design onto the mockup and it'll wrap it in the right way.
Okay, so I actually have to use Photoshop then to do a mock-up.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
there's
Fiverr.
no other way to do it.
Fiverr, you can probably get people to do that stuff on Fiverr pretty easily.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thanks.
Yeah.
I've got one question. It's not necessarily related to what we're talking about today, but what's been the biggest hurdles you guys have found in creating a membership site? And if you could have done one thing differently, what would that have been?
Good question. Are you creating a membership site or?
It's one of the paths I'm looking at going down. So that's why.
What would you say?
What was the question again?
What's one hurdle we've kind of overcome or faced in creating a membership site? What would we do differently? Probably the biggest thing in my mind, $30 a month is just not that much. And I've I kind of came from the high ticket world too, right? So we sold things for, $24,000 and for $8,000. And I'm such a big believer in that. I think for us at the Alliance, we wanted to try a really low ticket thing and kind of spread our reach rather than just going super deep with people and start to kind of build up, something that could be global. And, we want hundreds of thousands of people in the Alliance. And so it's $30. It's just tough to grow quickly at that. Maybe I would have done 50 or 97 and just stack the value a little bit more. I think we try to give a lot of value at 30, but yeah, looking back, I'm glad we did that, but that's probably one thing that I would reconsider. Is, hey, could we do this for 97? What does it look like to do that at 97?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would also say one thing that I've been learning a lot from Chris, who's great at this, is customer success and what it means to be onboarding. I think that kind of knowing when somebody's really a true member and not just a paying subscriber is a pretty big difference. And we're still kind of getting to know what that is. And really like trying to think, how do we make this? I think there are different steps to getting to each benchmark in a membership site. So, getting to 100 members is different than getting to 1,000, which is different than getting to 10,000 versus more than that. And so as we pivot right now from our warm traffic reach to how do we build something cold traffic is totally different versus like maybe the first 30 days of getting your first 100 was, friends and stuff like that. But then I think, how do we get from 1,000 members to 10,000 members? I think that we have to get offline. I think that we need to make a community that connects with each other. So one of our new onboarding metrics is going to be, have they made a friend within the group? Have they created a personal connection? Have they watched a full training? What makes them onboarded? I think that's what we really are looking at always changing is that.
Yeah. And that'll make a big difference in churn as well when you can figure out who the real customers are as opposed to people who just buy it and don't do anything with it.
Yeah. Oh, totally. So it's been so fun. I mean, that's kind of like we just knew EA was going to be a little bit more of like a passion project from the beginning. And so, will we make a lot of money with it? But I think we just wanted to do it. We're like, hey, we're just going to do this thing. We're just going to do what we want here. And we're going to go make a bunch of money, for sure using software and selling software, growing proof. And this is going to be like our people, right? These are like our friends. And so I think it kind of took the pressure off us to be able to just like do something that we really like doing here. And we love doing this, guys. So thanks so much for being a part of it. This is just a ton of fun for us and we love it.
Hey, Austin, with the onboarding, have you guys considered those badges? Like, have you ever been part of those groups where you earn badges, like when you complete so many lessons or like, you make your friends or whatever, and then by your name, you have all these badges? ASM does that. Do you know?
I would totally love that, right? Like there are so many creative parts of this that I would love to involve, but and they keep, I keep trying to push them on this, and then they keep pushing back on a way that's like keeping me in check, which is good, is not trying to purchase everything in the world. Dave makes a joke that I'm going to run him, dry at $5 a time on Fiverr. Because I'm always trying to buy a new soundtrack for the background of our trainings or something like that, or like a new commercial, and
he's on Fiverr. He's on Fiverr a lot, guys.
Yeah. But the thing is that would be an out of the box, we have to create it from scratch, which involves a lot of the developers and stuff like that. And it's actually why we chose ClickFunnels from the beginning, is it's what we knew and it's what we could create now with the resources. But for the future, I totally envision a great inside member portal where you create a profile and all kinds of other cool stuff like that.
But maybe those kinds of things you could put out to, especially like the whiz kids who are young like you guys, it could be a competition. And then whoever wins creating the badge thing or creating whatever you're looking for on Fiverr gets, I don't know, a t-shirt or gets some special recognition. And then that could be also another way to pull in more of the young kids who are out there just having a blast, but don't really have a place to land.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I love that.
I think we want to create a community, we want to create a community that you feel like you're part of. You've got examples that you're part of it. You've got a t-shirt, you've got all that stuff. You're like, this is my crew. So I think you're right. And we haven't done Up Viral. We'll check that out, Rebecca. Good idea. I'm not totally sure what that even is. Great, guys. Well, hey, let's get out of here. You guys are awesome. We'll see you back in the group. Press on. We love what you guys are doing, too. We're tracking you guys closely. So appreciate all you guys do and keep doing it the right way.
Thanks, guys.
See you on the inside.
All right. See you on the inside. See you guys.